Hey everybody, how you doing? Got the manual out, and I'm back, by the way. I was on vacation for a couple of weeks, and while I was gone, I ordered some parts. I should probably do a mail call. Let's do a mail call. Okay, so back to the mail call. I had a couple of things that I ordered while I was on vacation. And the first one came from Jonathan Ramsdell. Some of you guys might know him from GI Junk. Anyhow, he's got an online thing on eBay or whatever. His M38A1MD is his eBay seller ID. And it's GI Junk, military vehicle surplus, bought and sold. Yeah. So anyhow, and that's out of LeClaire, Iowa. So I was needing the, I'm gathering small parts, and I got the seal. I think it's for the bell housing. I guess that's what it's called. Go ahead and open it up and show it to you. It's original stuff. Yeah. Clutch housing. Sorry about that. Chrysler Motors. Humma. Anyhow, I was just, knuckleheading around on there, and it was a pretty damn good deal. So I said, well, I may as well order it because it was cheap, and shipping was just right for me. And for some reason, I got two of them. Anyhow, I ordered two. I ordered one and got two. So I appreciate the extra. There's the part. All right, I'm back. So, my wife walked in. She's watching me, so now I'm under all kinds of pressure. So, all right, John DeBazal. Yeah, Midwest Military. Okay, hoses for the oil canister. I need those when this motor goes back together. This is the lock washer for the crank nut. Mine was missing. And then we've got a, pretty sure this is the seal for the timing chain, where the crankshaft goes through. More importantly, our replacement valve springs, all right? I got 12 of these bad boys. They're the same for the exhaust and the intake manifolds. So I wanted to get new ones because when I was inspecting the ones that I had, they were rusted and pitted, and I could, some of them I could actually squeeze, and that's a big no-no. You can get a little bit of movement out of these, but you shouldn't be able to squeeze them freely. All right, so that's it for the parts. Now, and some non-drying Prussian blue, so when I go and seat the valves, I can make sure I'm making good contact, and we'll demonstrate that later. Anyhow, so what we're going to talk about is the micrometer. And you can see here that I've got a small micrometer that goes out to about 1 inch. And this micrometer belonged to my, he would be my grandfather-in-law, I guess. A man that I met once before he passed away. And somehow I ended up with this. He's a tool and die maker, I believe, a machinist or something like that. Charles Verasco. And so, I cherish this tool. It's a Starrett. Has his initials on it. And, we're going to do things the old school way around here. We're not going to take the new school and be all digital and whatnot. I bought this because I wanted to check the valve guide at about 5/16 of an inch high, give it a little wiggle, and if you're got so much play in it, then obviously oil is escaping around the valve stem and causing all kinds of smoking issues and performance problems, wearing out the guide itself and not allowing the valve to seat properly, or damage the seat. But I'll demonstrate. I really don't need the dial indicator to show you the problem because it exists. So I'm going to have to replace the valve guides. All right. And Jeff Madsen, he's like, a while back, he's like, you got to check those freaking valve guides, right? I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to check the guides. The engine ran fine, but it did smoke like hell, so I'll be honest. So, Jeff, you know, I appreciate the typical Jeffism that I get from him. Do yourself a favor. You know, a lot of my friends do that. They give me the do yourself a favor routine. And it's, look, when people tell you do yourself a favor, listen to what they got to say. All right? Because you damn sure don't want to be back into this motor later on. Anyhow, so the micrometer. If you're not familiar with these things, they're a pretty accurate tool. You know, they're old school. Like I said, this thing goes out to 1 inch. It's the slide scale on here is broken down into tenths of an inch increments, and then of course you have the scale on the thimble, right, which is going to give you a thousandths measurement. You can't see it because it's all jacked up, but I'll take a still picture of it. But anyhow, the manual says for both the exhaust and the intake valves, there's a minimum and maximum size of the shaft. Okay, 300 or 0.340 is the minimum. 0.341 is the max for both the intake and the exhaust. However, the wear limits are a little bit different. But anyhow, it is what it is. I'm not building a freaking space shuttle here. All right, but 340. So we're gonna set this bad boy. Okay, right now I got it set at 3. And I'm gonna dial it back. 5, 10, 15, 20. It goes back to 0. That's 25, 30, 35, 40. So 340 reads on the scale at 315. Okay? I'm gonna take a valve that's cleaned, and we're gonna check the measurement in 3 different locations. Okay? We want to get it towards the top. We want to get it towards the center, and we want to check it towards the end. That end is just a little snug. Okay? But that's not bad. Now, before I did the video, I went ahead and checked all of them. And they're all good. The stems are fine. They're within spec. But I use this tool to do it. And, you know, be light-handed with it. You don't need to wrench down on it and be all John Wayne and whatnot. But check all the valve stems. If these are good, now I'm going to go check out the guides. Now watch this. So I have all these valves sitting in here loose. They're not attached, okay? They're clean. But I'm not going to put a dial indicator on this. Look at this. All right, that's way too sloppy, folks. I shouldn't be getting that kind of movement out of there. All right. Oil bypassing. This one's got some slack. I can feel it. I can feel obvious movement in all of these. So they're probably the original guides. All right, that one's a little bit tighter. That one's real sloppy. Look at that. So we're going to replace those. I'll get an order into John, and we'll get 6 intakes, 6 exhaust. All right, we'll replace them. Now, the manual shows us driving the guide about halfway down and then taking a drift and breaking the thing in half. I don't know if I like that idea. So, I'll open this up for discussion, and you guys tell me the best way to pull them out, because I may just be able to pull them out as opposed to pounding them halfway and breaking them in half. So listen to this. Remove the valve stem guides. This is in figure 66, and I'll show you that image. The valve stem guides may be removed without removing the valve tappets with screw as assemblies. Or excuse me, with screw assemblies. Use drift, and there's a number, and drive the valve stem guide down until it just clears the valve tappet. Then you remove the drift and and you break off the guide with a sharp blow of a hammer. You reinsert the drift and drive out the remainder of the guide. Okay, and then you remove the broken guide. So you can see right here, how they got that drift up against there with the valve stem pushed down about halfway, and then they snapped that dude in half. So I know that's what it says. Is there an easier way, a safer way? Let me know. Okay? And then, of course, the exhaust guides and the intake guides go in differently. And we'll demonstrate that when the time is right. All right, folks, that's all I got. And, you know, look, if you got old tools, use them. They're still reliable. They're still good. One of the things I did for this micrometer, just to make sure that it's still reading properly, is I got out a 25 thousandths blade here, all right, which is brand new. And I went ahead and set this at 25. And 25, the way these things are graduated, each tenth is broken down just like on a regular ruler. You got, what is it, a 0.025, 0.050, 0.075, and then what is it? 0.025, 0.100, right? So it's 1/10 or some shit like that. Anyhow, I ain't a rocket scientist, but I just use the lines. Okay, so 0 and then 0 on the first line, which is 0.25. Perfect. Okay, so check your tool. All right, have a good night. Thanks for watching. And that's my 15 minutes of frickin' fame. Yeah. Oh, and shout out to my dad, Terry Watson. You know, he watches my videos and is now able to put them on the big TV. So, Dad, hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to keep mentioning you, thanking for each video I do. So, that's it. All right, no frills. Take it easy. Laura, I love you. Are you watching? Yeah.